Welcome to the 10 fascinating facts about Prague Castle. Prague Castle, Prague, capital city of the Czech Republic, is bisected by the Vltava River. Nicknamed the City of 100 Spires, it's known for its Old Town Square, the heart of its historic core, with colorful baroque buildings, Gothic churches, and the medieval Astronomical Clock, which gives an animated hourly show. Completed in 1402, pedestrian Charles Bridge is lined with statues of Catholic saints. Prague is one of those places that seems like it was plucked straight from a fairy tale. Head to Prague Castle, specifically, and you'll be tricked into thinking you're on the set of a Disney movie. This complex of castles has been around since the 9th century and remains in use today as both a hotspot for tourist photos and the official home of the Czech Republic's president. Prague Castle has its share of secrets, as any age-old landmark does. Here are 10 fascinating facts about the Czech landmark, ahead. Number 1. Lawbreakers have been tossed out of Prague Castle's windows. The word defenestration, which means throwing someone out of a window, was actually created because of an incident that occurred at Prague Castle in 1618. A year prior, Roman Catholic officials had shut down a pair of new Protestant chapels. Angry Protestant rights defenders called for a trial in the council room at the castle and won. What happened next went down in history. 2 Catholic regents and their secretary, all found guilty of violating the right to religious freedom, were shoved out the window. Luckily, a pile of horse manure broke their fall and they emerged uninjured. Number 2. The crown jewels are seriously secure. Stowed away in a chamber inside St. Vitus Cathedral, the Bohemian crown jewels include the St. Wenceslas crown, royal scepter, and coronation cloak. The Republic isn't taking any chances with their safekeeping either, considering both the chamber door and iron safe inside have 7 locks. The keys are held by 7 people, including the President, Prime Minister, and Prague Archbishop. Only the President can make the call of how Prague's Bohemian crown jewels are displayed publicly. They are typically put on exhibit every 5 years or so. When this happens, all 7 key holders must be present for the unlocking process. Number 3. The Butcher of Prague held court at the Prague Castle. A crucial Holocaust organizer, Reinhard Heydrich, held court at Prague Castle starting in 1941. Assigned by Hitler to rule the Czech people of Bohemia Moravia, he quickly set out on a campaign of disappearances and executions. Terrified Czechs nicknamed him the Butcher of Prague. But a group of exiled Czech government officials decided to take action, hatching a plan called Operation Anthropoid to assassinate Heydrich. In May 1942, several months after parachuting into the country and heading for Prague, 2 Czech soldiers hopped on bicycles and rode toward Prague Castle. When they spotted the butcher in his Mercedes convertible, they made their move, shooting and tossing grenades his way. Heydrich died from his wounds a week later, and the 2016 film Anthropoid is based on the incredible story. Number 4. There's an ancient relic for dancers. St. Vitus Cathedral holds the most extensive church treasury in the Czech Republic and among the largest collections in Europe. Some items can be traced back to the early Middle Ages, but one relic, in particular, stands out. That's the arm of St. Vitus, a Sicilian who died a martyr when the co-ruling Roman emperors Diocletian and Maximian cracked down on Christians in 303. Years later, in the late Middle Ages, people in countries like Germany and Latvia celebrated the Feast of Vitus by dancing at his statue. Today, he's known as the patron saint of dancers and entertainers, as well as epileptics. He's also believed to protect against lightning strikes. Number 5. The Prague Castle is in the Guinness Book of World Records. The Prague Castle complex is enormous, with an area totaling approximately 753,473 square feet. That makes it the largest ancient castle in the world, according to the Guinness Book of World Records. The complex extends down to the Lesser Quarter, or Mala Strana, where several chateaux and palaces are found. Wallenstein Palace, for one, is home to the Czech Senate and includes 26 houses and 6 gardens. Number 6. There's a tropical garden. Back in the 16th century, the Holy Roman Emperor Rudolph II had a garden of tropical plants, including citrus trees, at Prague Castle. The tradition continues today at the Orangery, a tubular-shaped, glass-enclosed greenhouse built in 1999 in the Royal Gardens, dreamed up by Olga Havlova, then President Václav Havel's first wife. The three-part structure includes space for budding, growing, and maintaining different tropical plants and Mediterranean fruits. It's open to visitors in the summer. Number 7. Kafka spent time writing at Prague Castle. Golden Lane, a small street just behind Prague Castle, has charming rows of little houses. These days, tourists mill around and shop for souvenirs and books on some of the lower floors, but in the last years of the 16th century, alchemists under Emperor Rudolph II lived here and reportedly tried to turn metal into gold. Much later, from 1916 to 1917, the novelist Franz Kafka lived in house number 22 with his sister. It was a good move, it seems, as Kafka wrote short stories for A Country Doctor and was inspired to write his book The Castle during his Golden Lane stay. Number 8. Prague Castle Halls. The Spanish and Vladislav halls are the most notable among the 5 halls at Prague Castle. The Spanish hall is a beautiful stateroom embellished with stucco decorations and baroque ornamentation. It was built in the 17th century for Emperor Rudolph II and held important sculptures. Today, the hall is a place of many gala dinners and important political events. Similarly, Vladislav Hall is reserved for large public events like coronations and banquets since it boasts the most floor space of all. Number 9. Featured St. Vitus Cathedral. One of the most dominant features of Prague Castle is the St. Vitus Cathedral. This medieval masterpiece is adorned with Alphonse Much's stained glass windows. Other notable buildings include the crypts of Czech rulers and important saints. There are several statues of these dynasties in the castle, including the St. Wenceslas Cathedral, which honors the patron saint of the Czech lands. The Prague Castle has also been the seat of the Holy Roman Emperor on 2 occasions, under Charles IV and Ruto II. Number 10. Tomb beneath St. Vitus Cathedral. The underground of the Prague Castle is not entirely explored. There is a tomb beneath St. Vitus Cathedral, a presidential tunnel beneath the palace, Plechnik's presidential tunnel, and an extensive underground labyrinth under the Deer's Moat. The Gottwald family once used this space for their short press meetings. Today, the chamber is patrolled by a castle guard. In addition to the castle's upper levels, you can also visit its crypts. On the memorable Prague Castle surrounding Prague Castle Surround, the gardens surrounding the castle offer another place to enjoy a romantic meal. You can dine in a luxury restaurant adorned with original paintings. Its interior is also decorated with candles. You can also go to the Slovenský Ostrov Island in the Old Town near the National Theatre to dine at this romantic restaurant. It is one of the many attractions of Prague Castle. If you plan on staying overnight, be sure to check out the restaurant's extensive menu and visit the grounds for a romantic dinner. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just click on the subscribe button below this video. Thank you.